Hello class, this is a video tutorial on probability tree diagrams. We've seen in the previous videos that a regular tree diagram, it assumes that each outcome is equally likely. Here's an example I've drawn of a coin being thrown 3 times. In the first throw it can either be heads or tails, and from there on the second toss we can have heads or tails for both of them, and so on for each one. And for this we can just draw one branch for every possibility after each successive result. However, tree diagrams for experiments with unequal outcomes can also be drawn. Let's take this as our example. A bag contains 5 purple and 3 green marbles. A different bag contains 3 purple and 5 green marbles. Draw a tree diagram to representing the taking one ball. Let me spell that. Taking one ball from each bag. So here we are. We have bag 1. From bag 1, we can either have a result of purple or green. Okay, let's draw 2 branches leading into each of these. Be purple or green, like so. However, because the purple, there are 5 of them, and 3 green marbles, drawing a tree diagram like this assumes that there are equal number of purple and green marbles, which is not true. So we need to write a probability on the branches leading into the outcome that we want. So for example, the probability of drawing a purple in the first bag, well, since there are 5 marbles out of a total of 8, the probability of drawing a purple marble from bag 1 is 5 out of 8, which means the probability of drawing a green marble is 3 out of 8, and that is the probability branches tree for bag 1. We can do the exact same for bag 2, and for bag 2 we can also have purple or green, or purple or green. Let's draw probability trees for this, like so. There we are. There we have it. Now be very careful, because a lot of students rush to say, oh, if that's 5 out of 8, this is also 5 out of 8. However, the second bag, bag number 2, there are 3 purples out of a total of 8, because 3 purples out of a total of 8, so the probability of getting a purple in bag number 2 is 3 out of 8, and the probability of getting a green from the second bag is 5 out of 8. And since we have these probabilities, it will be the same for the other branches. So this is also 3 out of 8, and that is 5 out of 8. Now from this we can calculate the probabilities of different results. So let's calculate the following. Let's calculate the probability of getting purple and purple, and then let's calculate the probability of green and green, and then let's finally calculate the probability of one of each color, one of each color? Well, purple, purple. Well, if we follow the branch to get there, we get purple and purple. So this is the result that we're looking for question A. And to get the total probability, we actually have to multiply the branches it took to get there. Meaning, purple, purple, the first branch, this one here, we followed this branch, is 5 out of 8. So we take 5 out of 8. And we're going to be multiplying it, 5 out of 8 times 3 out of 8. You see that? We follow this branch, we take that solution, and then the next branch, purple again, purple, purple, and then we multiply it with this branch, 3 out of 8. Altogether we get 15 out of 64. Alright, let's move right along. Green, green. To get to that, we need to follow this branch. The first green is 3 out of 8. And the next branch is 5 out of 8. And we multiply that through the branches. As you can see, it's the same thing. 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 8 is 64. Now, to get the probability of one of each color, it's either purple, green, so this one, or it's green, purple. Here's where it gets a little bit confusing. The probability of one of each color, it's the same as the probability of purple, green, plus the probability of green, purple. This multiplication only happens within the result, like this. But when we want to get the result of this being the same as the result of this, we add them. Because this is one of each color, but green, purple is also one of each color. So let's multiply this out. Purple, green, so purple, green, so that's 5 out of 8 times 5 out of 8. Plus green, purple. Green is 3 out of 8. Oops. Times 3 out of 8 times 3 out of 8. Altogether, I'm being a little bit lazy here, I'm going to use my calculator to solve this. 5 out of 8 times 5 out of 8. 5 out of 8 times 5 out of 8 plus 3 out of 8 times 3 out of 8. Altogether, this gives me 17 over 32. Hope that gave you an insight into the probability tree diagrams. Best of luck.